witches, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. How are you, witches? Happy Monday, happy hour, happy week, happy second, happy minute. Happiness to all of you guys. I am super excited. Samhain is almost here. And the veil between the living and the dead is paper thin, which is paper thin. Are you ready for what's about to come? I am so looking forward for this night. It is by far my favorite holiday in the entire year because I really wait for an entire year to get together. In my particular case, with my grandparents, my cousin, now my daddy, and I'm gonna have great dumb supper, and I'm going to cherish and honor and acknowledge my beloved that are no longer in this realm with me, but I know they're always with me. They're always with me. So tell me, what are you doing on the night of Samhain? Please remember that I am collecting petitions. So if you have any petition for me for the night of Samhain, please make sure to share it with me. You can email it to me at lairofthewitch@yahoo.com if you don't want to put it down in the comments on this video. So you have any petitions, please email me at lairofthewitch@yahoo.com and I'd be more than happy to add your petition in my Samhain ritual. I'd be more than happy to do that. If you're new to this channel, my name is White Raven. Welcome, witch. I'm so excited to have you here. I send you a big hug. Let's do a really big group hug for everybody in here. I'm here to teach you witchcraft from my perspective, what it is to be a witch, some recipes, concoctions, spells, hexes, curses, and maledictions. If it's something that interests you, please make sure to stick around. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every week. The Mighty Dead. Let's say that again. The Mighty Dead. Such an awesome name for this recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Before I go ahead and I share this recipe with you, understand that what I'm about to share with you and what I'm about to teach you is a recipe for the one and only Mighty Dead Incense. And this is an incense which is to invite, to summon the dead. You're listening to me right. If you think you're not going to be able to take any type of apparition of things going bump in the middle of the night, if you think you're going to be too afraid, be warned. Don't play with this. Learn a little bit more. You're still going to have the recipe here. You can come back to the video anytime. And this incense you can use any time of the year that you want to open that communication, that door between you and the spiritual realm, and you need some messages, some advice. Maybe you have some questions and you need some answers from the dead. This is an incense that you're going to use in order to summon the dead. So please be very cautious, be very careful, and be very wise prior to using this incense. The other day, the amazing Mutt Oren posted in his Facebook page a link to 20 books that he recommends for the time of Samhain, for this time right now. And I think I have most of those books because of what he shared. I ordered 4 more. Too many books in this house. But one book that I had was this amazing book by the one and only Christopher Penzac. I have shared with you guys some of Christopher Penzac's recipes and also spells. But right now I have this awesome book which is called The Mighty Dead. And this is one of those books that I had before, and I have so many books, which is so many books, and sometimes they are right together with the other books and I forget that I have them. Sometimes I buy it again and then I realize, oh my god, I had already this book. But I remember that I have this book, and I remember that I wanted to share with you guys this recipe that Christopher Penzac has in this book, The Mighty Dead Incense. If you're actually able to get this book for yourself, I strongly recommend for you to get it. I'm going to share with you today the simple recipe. There's a more elaborated recipe in this book. I love this book. I absolutely love Christopher Penzac. I think he is a gift for us witches. This is for more advanced people, maybe intermediate. Again, I want to leave over here a word of warning. If you are new into the craft and you are afraid of the spiritual world, I suggest for you not to do it. But if you are already at ease with the dead and spirits, then this is a great addition to your Book of Shadows, witches. And it's not so complicated. You're going to need a lot of things. I'm going to be very basic with this particular recipe. It's awesome. This recipe is going to be divided by parts. So what that means is that you are going to grab any type of measuring system and that you prefer. In my case, I'm going to use a teaspoon to mark one part. You can grab a cup. Now, a cup is a lot of incense, so be very mindful. But in my particular case, a part is going to be equivalent of 1 teaspoon. You can make a part whatever you want and you think is best for you. But this recipe, all the ingredients are going to be divided up by parts rather than by ounces or teaspoons or cups, so you figure out what a part is for you. The basic ingredient for this recipe is going to be myrrh. You are going to need 3 parts of myrrh. Next, you are going to need, which is 2 parts of a dragon's blood. You're going to need 1 part of a wormwood, 1 part of mullein, half a part of tobacco, half a part of thyme, 3 parts, so in my case it's 3 teaspoons, of red wine, 1 part of brandy or cognac, and half part of honey. These are going to be the ingredients of this amazing incense. What you're going to do, which is in the night of Samhain, prior of you trying to do any type of communication ritual with the dead, you are going to grab a charcoal disc. You're going to light it up and you're going to put your incense in that charcoal. We're going to be reciting a chant, which I'm going to share with you in a second after we mix our ingredients together. And you are going to invoke and summon the dead that you want to contact, the dead that you want to establish communication with. Again, which is needless to say, if you don't want to see anything, don't be doing this incense. Spirits are real, witches. Don't call upon what you don't want to see, okay? Let's make the incense. Okay, witches, so now that I have all my ingredients in here, the first thing that I'm going to add is going to be my myrrh. And I gotta tell you, witches, I think in this world, nothing smells more like the dead than myrrh. And again, witches, you're going to be adding 3 teaspoons of myrrh. After that, witches, I'm going to grab my dragon's blood, and we have to put only 2 parts of dragon's blood, which is going to be 2 teaspoons. There we go. After that, witches, we're going to need 1 part of wormwood. I got my wormwood here. Put 1 part in there. After that, witches, we are going to get 1 part of mullein leaves. And I gotta tell you, I think mullein is one of the strangest things on earth. It just looks so weird. It's just like almost fake. It's just an adorable thing. We're gathering over here all of our dry ingredients. Which is, while you're doing this, think about the people that you want to contact. Think about your deceased. Think about the dead that you really want to contact with this incense. Think about that. That is the whole purpose of this incense. After putting the mullein, we are going to put half part of tobacco. So if one part in my incense is going to be a teaspoon, then half part is going to be half a teaspoon. So I have some really nice Virginia tobacco. And also, witches, the last thing that you're going to put on dry ingredient is going to be your thyme. And it's also going to be half part. So half teaspoon. There you go. So now we have all of our dry ingredients right here. All right, witches, now that we have our dry ingredients, we need our liquid ingredients. In a container, I already have 3 teaspoons of red wine. This is what this is. The recipe suggests for you to warm up this wine. You're more than welcome to put it in the microwave 10 seconds, 5 seconds. To that, witches, we're going to add some brandy. So I got one of these little bottles of Hennessy. Hennessy is a cognac. Cognac is brandy. Trust me, I was in the internet today like looking what was the difference, and in reality they're pretty much the same. So you can use something that specifically say brandy, or you can use Hennessy. All right, from Hennessy, 1 teaspoon of Hennessy, or any other brandy that you prefer, witches. You are going to ask me if you can put rum. You're going to ask me if you can put moonshine. You're going to ask me all these questions. Do not deviate from this recipe. I'm going to say this again. I don't have any substitution for anything here. Do not deviate from what I'm telling you. If you do not have what I'm telling you, then don't use it. Okay, don't add it, don't add anything. But if you don't have a lot of the ingredients, then this is not for you. Okay, witches? All right, last but not least, we need some honey, and we're going to need half part of honey, and that's going to be, in my particular case, half a teaspoon. So I'm just going to eyeball it. And that's it. Okay, witches, we're going to add that wine into our mix. Yeah, it's going to be completely wet. You are going to mix it. Now, witches, the reason why I'm giving you this recipe right now is because I want you to let it soak and let it dry, okay? Which is gonna look something like this, okay, witches? Let it dry, witches. I'm giving you this recipe today so you have time to dry it out. When this is dried, you are going to put it in your charcoal. Here you go, witches. This is your incense. What are you going to do when this is dry? Just let it dry normally, okay? Maybe you want to put it in a flat surface, maybe in a flat plate, and put it somewhere where it can dry. In the night of Samhain, witches, we are going to light our charcoal and sprinkle our incense. We're going to be in communion with our deceased, with our dead. And while your incense is burning, this is the chant that you want to chant. I call forth the spirits of the mighty dead, the hidden company of our timeless tradition. Be here now with your kin. Aid us in our magic, so we may go deeper on this spiral of evolution. Hail and welcome. And there you go, witches. Are you ready to get in touch with the dead? Do you have what it takes to talk to the spiritual world? Are you ready to see what other people don't see? What most people fear? This is an incense that is going to take you a lot closer to the spiritual realm that you've ever been before. Be careful, witches. Make sure that you can take what you summon. And there you go. Thank you so very much for all of you guys that have been going into my website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com, and you're purchasing my Samhain kit. There's very few left, witches. I may be sending samples of the incense that we made today. If you are ordering today or in the next couple of days, the incense might still be wet, so please make sure that you let it dry prior to using it. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time trying to keep your charcoal lit, and it's going to take a very long time for your incense to burn. Okay, but so you know, all this incense that I made in here, I make 3 batches. I'll be sharing with you guys, whoever orders, in the next couple of weeks. Please email me if you have any questions, lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. I do not work for anybody. I don't work for people. I know I say this all the time, but you still want me to work for you. I don't work for people. Visit my social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And witches, you must stay very smart. I am so happy to share all these things with you. It makes me so happy to know that you can learn a little bit of all the things that I share with you. You must be very smart, witches, very, very smart. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you are empowered to make your own spells, to make your own magic. But you know what, witches? Above all, you must stay very, very wicked. See you next Monday. Bye.